Please welcome to the stage Francois Richard from Meta.
Hi. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to At Scale. So if you're sitting behind, you can come closer. That will make it easier for us. So welcome. Welcome again. It's great to see so many familiar faces and some new ones that are joining us for this fray. My name is Francois Richard, and let's just say I spent the last few years deep in the engine rooms of places where 1 billion users is not just a marketing slogan. It's actually a capacity planning nightmare, wink, wink. But it's also the places where a small incident is actually making international news before we can even spun up the incident bridge. We're here today to talk about system and reliability. And let's be honest, for a lot of us in this room, it's not just a conference, it's the rhythm of our life. It's the 3 a.m. pager call that you get because something is down. It's the satisfaction of upgrading a petabyte scale database without any downtime. It's the quiet, silent satisfaction when you see that your system is actually self-healing itself exactly like you designed it. And sometimes, let's be honest, it's the cold sweat that you get when you realize how interconnected and how fragile everything is. Let's talk about scale. What we see as scale today is very different from yesterday. The scale that we had 10 years ago, what we consider web scale, is barely a medium-sized startup today. We have gone from managing hundreds or thousands of servers to managing hundreds of thousands of containers across continents. And now we are layering the AI and ML workload on top of all this, and they have a very, very different characteristic in terms of failures, and their resource appetite is different. Let's talk about systems. The systems are not just bigger. They're more complex, and the complexity hides. The complexity hides between the tons of microservices that we have. It hides between the interaction between caching layers, between database, load balancers, and the network fabric that stitches it all together. Now, that brings me to reliability. Reliability is not optional. It's not a feature of our system. It's the actual bedrock of everything. Our users, our business, and modern society actually rely on us to keep the lights on. They do trust us. And that trust is earned line by line, system by system, and incident response by incident response. And this trust is amazingly easy to lose. So that brings me to what we're grappling on. This is basically how we structure the at-scale series. And this is also probably how you structure and how you conceptualize your stack and your product. And that allows me to issue a little plug about our next event will be AI and data. That will be probably in a few weeks from now, and then we'll follow up with networking. That brings me back to the challenge. We have to be able to tame that complexity. We have to be able to reason about systems that not a single human is able to comprehend anymore. We need automation. We can't manage this scale manually. We need automation that is both safe and efficient. We need to be learning from failure fast. At this scale, incident will happen. Production issue will happen. How could we increase the pace at which we take these learnings and bring them back to our design, to our practice, to our patterns? Efficiency. Performance or scale is no longer just about performance. We have to design systems that are able to use less hardware and less power. Finally, this is not only digital, we have to consider the human effect. We need to be able to build teams that are resilient, and we need to find ways to reduce cognitive load and to prevent burnout.